Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Adam's Eats! Should we try that one again? Hello everyone and welcome back to the Adam's Eats kitchen. Hope you folks are doing well. Now today I'm going to make something really exciting and that's my pizza bread. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these, a sourdough bloomer, and I'm going to stuff it with one of these. Now I'm not actually going to stuff it with a pizza, but I'm going to take those pizza flavours and then put them in the bread. So we're going to get some salami in there, some tomato sauce, lots of cheese, and it's going to be really delicious. Great for kind of parties and sharing. And basically the reason I'm doing this is because I went to the Continental market that's in the city centre at the minute, and I bought way too much salami, like loads. I think I've got like 7 salamis I got. Some of them I've got walnuts in, I've got a spicy one, got one with garlic, and like, I love salami, but I'm thinking, yeah, I need to use it up. Otherwise it's just gonna sit in the fridge and, you know, eventually go off. So I thought, you know, I'll do something different with it, you know, use up some of that salami. Right, so let's get on with it. If you hit that pause button, make a list of those ingredients. And the first thing we need to do is slice up some salami. So salami? Slice up some salami.
All I need is you, baby, baby.
Right, there we are then, some salamis. Now I've got a selection here. I've got a spicy chorizo type one, just a normal one. I've got one with walnuts in it, and this one's got lots of garlic in it. You know, use your favourite salamis, you know, you can just use the one if you want, but I'm going to use a mixture of these 4. I'll just move those out of the way, and I'll just show you with the one, but all I'm going to do is just take it out of its cling film. You can see I've had some already, and then just remove some of that kind of wax paper from the outside, because I don't really like eating that. And then all I'm going to do is just slice it into nice thin discs, okay, just kind of like that, stick it on a plate, and then do the same with the rest of the salami.
All I need is you, baby, baby.
Right, okay, so I've sliced up the salami, I've also diced up a couple of spring onions, so now what we need is some cheese. Right, okay, so I've got my cheeses here. I'm using a combination of mozzarella, and I'm using up some of this cheese which I've got left over, and it's called doux de montagne. You don't have to use that, but it's a really kind of nutty, creamy French cheese. Cheddar would be absolutely fine, you know, mix it up, use whatever cheese you want. So all I'm gonna do is just take out the doux de montagne first, and just simply cut it into slices. You want cheeses that are gonna melt nicely. You know, gouda would be good, emmental, gruyere. Okay, and then with the mozzarella, just going to open the bag, careful because it's full of water, which I'm just going to drain off. And then again, I'm just going to slice that into nice thin slices. Get those on our plate. Right, okay, so that's all the slicing and dicing done. We now need to get on and prep the bloomer. I'm using a sourdough one here, you know, use your favourite. And basically what we're going to do is take in a bread knife, is we're going to cut slits in it lengthways, and then we're going to cut across as well. Not going all the way through, we just kind of want to make like a nice pattern to stuff everything in. So take your time with it, you know, start one end and just take your knife and just cut straight into it. Not all the way to the bottom, all the way to the end. Try and go as far to the edge as you can to maximise all of that flavour going in. And then a couple of centimetres apart, do the next one. Okay, so you can see we've got some slices in there, and then just do the same all the way along. Okay, so once you've sliced your bread lengthways, you can see we've got our slits in there, and now we need to do the same, but this way. Again, just using your knife, just cut downwards, and then spacing it out by a couple of centimetres, and then again, just do the same all the way down the length of the loaf. Okay, so once you've cut all the way down, this is what you're left with. You can see it's got that nice open texture, which is what we're going to use to stuff all of our ingredients in. It's kind of like a hedgehog, really. A bread hedgehog. A bread-hog. Ha! And I'm just going to transfer it over to a foil-lined baking tray, which we're going to use to kind of wrap around the bread. And at this point as well, you want to get your oven preheated to gas mark 4, which is around about 180 degrees C. And now we can get on and stuff it. Right, so let's stuff this bread with all these delicious things. I'm going to start with some tomato sauce. You can use homemade. I haven't got any left, so I've just used a really good quality shop bought one. Give it a little bit of a shake up. And then taking a spoon, I'm just going to start one end and just spoon some of that tomato sauce in those little crevices. Just work all the way along. Make sure you get it in all those little nooks and crannies. Okay, so once you've added your tomato sauce, you can see it's in all those nooks and crannies. We're now going to add the salamis and then just, stuff it in as well. Just alternate it, so each bite's got a different piece of salami in it. And once you've added your salami, you can then start adding the cheese. Again, just alternate it, stuff it in there. Right, okay, so I've stuffed it with the cheese. Got a couple of slices left over, but I really don't think I can get any more in there. And then to finish, I'm just going to put some spring onions just in those crevices as well. And they're just going to add a nice bit of crunch. Now lastly, just because, if it wasn't calorific enough, I'm just going to add some butter. Just dot it over the top, and this is just going to melt through and kind of emulsify with everything and make it extra, extra gorgeous. Okay, and that's it. All we need to do now is just to wrap it up. I haven't got enough. Okay, and that is now ready for the oven. Now that needs to bake in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, at which point we'll open up the foil and then we need to finish it off for another 10 minutes until that cheese is nice and melted and gooey. And then you can just kick back, relax, have a glass of wine whilst your heart attack cooks in the oven. Right, okay, so I think it's ready. It's been in the oven for about 25 minutes in total. As you can see, about the 15-minute mark, I took that foil off just so it can finish off. So let's get it out of the oven and have a look. Let's have a look. Wow, it smells delicious. Now that looks absolutely glorious. You can see all the cheese is melted. And I'm just going to finish it off with just a few more spring onions. And then just for presentation purposes, a scattering of young basil leaves just on the top. So now what I'm going to do is just take the thumbnail and then we'll tuck in and give it a taste. Right, here it is then. Let's tuck in and try it. I'm going to do it off camera because I want to get a nice close-up shot so you can see that cheese kind of coming off it and everything. Now there's no real dignified way to do this. I'm just going to dive straight in, grab a piece. Hey, look at that. Let's tuck in. That is heaven. It's got all those pizza flavours, you've got the tomato in there, you can taste that basil, gooey, lovely, stringy cheese, and then you've got those slices of salami, which give a really nice meaty flavour. And because I alternated it, you've got different kind of types of salami scattered through it. I got a bit of the spicy one. But that, folks, is wizard. Well, that was an absolute pleasure to eat, really tasty, easy as well. Great for sharing, great for parties, and you can always serve this with some condiments, perhaps some chili sauce, some salsa, some sriracha. It's entirely up to you. Well folks, that about wraps up today's video, so thanks again for tuning in and watching. Hope you like the recipe, let me know in the comments what you think. And as always, stick around at the end because there'll be some links to some other videos. And if you're not a subscriber, there'll be a button for that as well. And also for my existing subscribers, you'll notice that where the subscribe button is on my channel, there's a little bell icon. If you click that, you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. So thanks again for watching folks, and I'll see you next time for more tasty fun and frolics, and ta-ta for now.